Hello everybody, long time no talk. I got myself a new toy here. I'm pretty excited. I've wanted one of these for a while. If you recognize it, you know what it is. It's a hit or miss engine. This is a genuine hit or miss. It's not a throttle governed engine. It is a Stover CT-2. It's a 2 or 2.5 horsepower engine. I guess the company themselves, they didn't really know how much horsepower it had, so it says right here on the information plate 2-2.5 horsepower. Speed 600 RPM, type CT-2, number TB-260677, made in USA, of course. It's got a Wyco EK magneto, enclosed crankcase, so it's got an oil sump, no grease cups or anything on the connecting rod or anything. And the previous owner took out the original governor spring, which is right here, and put a thinner spring on, so it runs at a lower speed for show purposes. But he left the spring here, so if I wanted to bring it back up to the rated 600 RPM, I could do that. But I'm going to leave it at this speed. I don't need to run anything with it. It has a water hopper here with a piece of wood in it that I put in for to prevent splashing. There's the water drain over here. This is the spark advance. This is retarding the spark. This is advancing the spark. Crankcase breather. The oil fill and little check valve, or a little petcock, I guess you can check to see how full it is. It's got a gear on it. I think it used to run a cement mixer back in the day. And here's my my gas tank. It didn't have a gas tank when I bought it, so I bought a cookie tin, and I cut a little hole in it. Got a check valve. I put the check valve onto that copper line because fuel, if you don't know, fuel is drawn up into the fuel line by vacuum created by the venturi in the mixer or the carburetor. So when the vacuum is pulling the fuel up into the line, you want a check valve to prevent the fuel from flowing back. So I got a check valve on there, and I just sort of hose clamped this down. It's not the prettiest, but it doesn't look too bad. It works. And that's about it. I'll fire it up for you. It runs pretty good. To start it, you retard the spark and then bring it up to compression by turning the flywheel away from the cylinder head. Then you press in the intake valve to let off compression, and then roll the flywheel past top dead center. Then either put on the choke or just stuff your finger into the mixer here to create a higher vacuum, and roll the flywheel over once, and you'll feel the gasoline get sucked up the fuel line into the carburetor, and some will spill out. Then the fuel line's primed. Then you just turn it over a couple times, and once it fires once, you shut off advance the spark, and that should be it. So I'll fire it up for you. I was running it a couple hours ago, so it's a little bit warm. Simple as that. Starts pretty easy. See, it's taken 2 intake gulps before it fires, so I'll increase the choke a little bit. Putting the choke on a little bit increases the vacuum inside the mixer, so it sucks up the fuel a little bit better. Once it warms up, it doesn't really need that. It runs fine with the choke fully open. Very little smoke, runs pretty good. A little noisier. It's running at about 500 RPM right now. I have a tachometer. I clocked it about 500 RPM. That's it. I don't know what the proper way to shut it off is, but I push in that little lever there so it keeps the exhaust valve open. And that's it. That's my new toy. I think what I'm going to do is find a little tractor, something like my wheel horse here, but a little bit bigger, and I'll mount it as an engine to drive the tractor around. Just partly because it'll be a fun engine to have in a tractor, but also it's a hell of a lot easier than dragging this 300-pound engine around on a skid. So that's it. I think it's a 1930 something Stover CT-2. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.